Hello, and thank you for tuning in to Kentucky Good Vibes. I'm your host, DISHAYNA Perkins, and today I have the pleasure of interviewing the legendary actor, dancer, and choreographer best known from the 1984 Breakin' and Breakin' 2, Electric Boogaloo, Michael Chambers, aka Boogaloo Shrimp, aka Turbo. How are you today?
Good.
Good. Okay. So, what have you been up to?
Well, to be very honest, I've been busy before the COVID, and you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I've been busy. I've been busy as an educator.
Okay.
I got a chance to speak. I got a chance to speak at the University of Southern California, and University of Santa Monica and other universities. And my whole thing was this: I wanted to make sure to let people know some tools of the trade so that they can have something that helped me and others that they could take home. And so I pretty much was never off the radar, but I was trying to use my celebrity and my years vested in a profession to be an educator. And that's what I was doing. I mean, I was kind of not going after the glam and glitz. I was never all that, or me. I was never trying to be in the front of the camera. So I kind of like being behind the scenes as a mentor, educator, to edify and to uplift others that were really passionate about the hip hop elements, whether it be scratching or graffiti or artwork, or whatever. And here we are, like the song, starting from the bottom, now we're here. We got the Robert Bryant and the beat. So, for me, it all came full circle because while I was doing my thing, they were doing their thing.
Okay.
And, with the Wake Up Tour, and the comic books and the School of the Arts thing going on. And so our worlds gelled for a reason, because now we're here trying to help young people get their own empowerment and be the best them. And so in this whole mentorship campaign, this is where we're at.
Okay. Great. So with that said, I also have the pleasure of interviewing the manager, Robert. How are you today?
Good. How are you doing? Thank you for having us today.
Okay, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. My name is Robert, aka Smooth Bryant. Been in the industry now a little over 2 decades. I started off as a musician with John B, Chico DeVar, some artists like that.
Okay.
And segued into music production and then went into music management. I felt that, from being an artist and just working with so many artists, I kind of know how they want to be treated on a professional end. And so I just kind of went into that lane and was very blessed to be able to have Shabba as one of my clients. And so, we just had an amazing ride up until his passing. And now that he has passed, the legacy must continue. And I'm just making sure with the trust of, his family, his estate, that his legacy and all the things that he always wanted to go forth still continues. And so that's why we're here today.
Okay, and I also have the pleasure of interviewing Shabba's son, VASHAWN. QUINONES. How are you today?
QUINONES, yes.
Tell us about yourself.
Well, I am the son of Shabba.
Okay.
I'm not in the entertainment business. I'm just a working stiff, but I'm here invited by Robert to see, my dad's legacy continue.
Okay. Do you dance?
No. Only around hard questions. But no, I do not dance.
Okay, so that's not your thing, huh?
In my mind, yeah, I could be.
Okay.
Reality.
Now, dance is not his forte, but if you ask him any cinema,
no. Pop culture in general. I'm the historian of pop culture, Black pop culture.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with all the questions and pretty much go from there. And so Michael Chambers, aka Boogaloo Shrimp, aka Turbo. Tell us, who are you?
Well, I'm just an African Creole American kid who was brought up loving dance. And this is the important thing about dance that a lot of people don't know. Only a handful of people in my life said, "Boy, why do you dance?" And guess what? the truth is, when I was growing up, the show, Alex Haley show, Roots, Kunta Kinte, Toby, other people, when they saw somebody, like, oh, there goes Toby. Oh, black was not popular. So I was like, and when I was growing up, other people make fun, oh, can go back to Africa. So the thing is, to tolerate waking up each day and going to school, instead of being picked on, I was like, okay, this color ain't going anywhere anytime soon. Let me do something so you see the human being behind my skin. So I tell you what, that resonated very quickly because I was like, okay, I know I'm black. I was like Miss Seeley. I know I'm black. I may be ugly, but I was free. I was free. No, I turned into Miss Seeley. And I was like, ooh. So look, I had to rise above that. And I found my way. I tried sports, but I was little. I wasn't like the Grizzlies, that's sport, the Grizzlies. I was like, okay, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Mm-hmm. So when I seen the robot, Michael Jackson, dancing, that's Machine. Everybody started doing the robot after Dancing Machine and then Soul Train. And I was like, okay. So I started practicing the robot, but my robot was different. Mm-hmm. Because I wasn't looking at human beings on Soul Train. I was looking at Clash of the Titans or special effects, bionic women, anything that was on television that did the giant robot, the Japanese robot. Mm-hmm. Pretty soon I started practicing, and those same kids, oh yeah, there goes Toby, Kuti, go back. They were like, oh my God, look at it. Now I wasn't this black guy. They're like, this guy, man, he's like a brother from another mother. Yeah. He waves, he's cool. I can get with it, man. Now I'm sitting with people and they're welcoming me into their house, like to serve with love. Guess who's coming to dinner? Mom, look at that guy. Now I wasn't just a black guy. I was a darker shade of cool. Mm-hmm. So immediately I got addicted to dance because now that was my social card. I'm walking into a neighborhood. Yeah, I am the cool guy. I wasn't the cool black guy. I'm the cool guy, and I'm not going to rob your house. And I was raised with values. So now my swagger was like, I don't start nothing, won't be nothing. I'm going to dance, and I turn into Morris Day. By the end of the night, I'm going to make you love me. So every time I danced, the crowd kept getting bigger. There was Asians, Albanians, Filipinos, Chinese, Samoans. Ooh, everybody's, I like this guy. So now that right there set the tone for me to just continue doing something positive and being with other people who wanted to rise above just being a statistic and just do something constructive. So that's where it's at.
Okay, so as a dancer and choreographer and actor, what all does that entail?
I'll start with a dancer. To be a dancer, my height is not the Grizzlies, they're tall. And then the thing is, to be a dancer that's not 6 foot or really, has that stature, like Paula Abdul mentioned in one of her interviews, you have to really elongate your lines and you got to really do something so unique that people pay attention to you. One of the things about dancing with his father, he was a Latin matinee idol. Women would be like, he is so fine. I'm gonna marry that man. I may not eat food, but I'm going to marry that man. People be like, Turbo, you good, but he's fine. I'm gonna get with ozone. I want ozone. Everybody was laughing at ozone, right? So the thing is, I was like, okay, well, I got a Jerry curl and I can dance really good, but I'm not tall and I'm not high yellow complected. So I said, okay, I gotta really be on my A game because I gotta compete with all these beautiful people and all these people who got better clothes or more money, right? So I was like, you know what? When you're a kid, you got limited paper because you're on an allowance. You're under your mom and dad's roof, you got limited paper because they're making sure you do your chores, right? So I had limited paper. So I was like, okay. I had very limited paper, right? Quarters I can play pinball in. So I was like, okay, how am I gonna turn my dance into good paper where I could buy some? Sure enough, being a dancer, I was mastering my art. I wasn't imitating this person or that person. I was getting the foundations and I was in my creative bubble. What am I gonna do? I was like, Cookie, what we gonna do? Lucius. So I was cooking up something at home. I was like, I want more, I want more. And as I practiced, by the time I hit a dance floor, people were like, this guy done lost his mind. I had something so brand new nobody else could see. Now I became a professional principal dancer with a certain paycheck underneath the Screen Actors Guild. As I started dancing as a principal dancer, I had to learn choreography from the choreographers. So now I became an all styles dancer because I couldn't just pop. They're like, oh, we're doing 5, 6, 7, 8, do these counts. So now the title of choreographer was when I started putting together my own stuff. So those are the parameters. First, you gotta master being a good dancer, learn all styles. Then you have to learn how to get out of whether you crump or whether whatever your style, with your freestyle, you gotta learn choreography from other styles and be able to listen and take direction.
Shab's thing was he felt that one, the originators of the art should have a say-so in how it's delivered and displayed. And so that was something that he was really vocal about, making sure the OGs like Shrimp and so many others had a say-so in the creation of it. And then the second thing that he was very passionate about was being able to have inner city youth have the same opportunities that everybody else. So we all know that funding is a big thing, and sometimes the inner city youth are overlooked. And so he felt that, again, that street dance, break dance, and all that came from the streets. He wanted to make sure that all youth, especially those inner city youth, had the same opportunities as fundings, as preparations, and all that. And so with that, we're still moving forward with his thoughts and his desires. And so right now we do have a committee together that is trying to push some of those objectives for Paris. And, I believe that, the Olympics is going to do the right thing and give homage to the ones that created. And so that's what we're going to continue to do. We want to make sure that Shabadoo has a name and a place in Paris, for the Olympics, but just the Olympics period. If we're going to put the staple in there, we want to make sure that those original characters have a part in that history as well.
And if I could interject on what Robert's thoughts were as we were discussing, the thing about the Olympics, that's happening in Europe and in Paris, but we were talking about, like VASHAWN brought out, his father was inspired by Bob Fosse. Also, there were dancers who were Shabadoo's students who were inspired by Marcel Marceau, the French mime. Miming was the foundation of popping. So you see the man from France with the white gloves and Marcel Marceau. So the thing is, Robert was discussing with Smooth Entertainment. He was trying to coordinate how we can get the poppers, the lockers, everybody involved, and have something where we have master or mentoring. And in fact, the sponsors are probably the most important. Like for this to actually grow, sponsors need to contact Smooth Entertainment so that he could see how they could choreograph getting funding and other children and other programs to make it grow, whether it be the training program or some sort of thing. But he really wanted to get sponsoring and people to get more interested to build something here that will coincide with the Olympics, that incorporates the popping, the locking. Most of the Soul Train people, if you look at the Soul Train line, what were they doing? They were popping, they were doing the robot, they were doing whacking, they were doing locking before it became locking 5.0. I mean, they were doing all of those things that the Afro brand and what they've been building with the late Adolfo is doing now. And so I'm just glad that Robert and VASHAWN are bringing this attention to this event, because there's more to the event that's going to be a residual effect. Training, bringing dedicated dancers and choreographers to a place of reference, giving them the tools of the trade so they could become great in their own way.
Okay, so Robert, do you dance?
Don't dance, straight music, straight musician, singer, you know.
Okay.
But I've been blessed to be able to see Shabadoo do his thing. Tilly passed away. Now I'm being able to see Shrimp do his thing. You know, the legacy just continues to go forward, but no, wasn't blessed with that skill.
So tell us how we could support and get involved in the movement of trying to, you know, keep his legacy going with the Olympics and everything.
So right now we are in the process of forming the Shabadoo Foundation.
Okay.
And so with that, it's going to be a 501c3 where we can be able to kind of move a lot of agendas and programs and things like that. And so my thing is support the movement. You know, join Shabadoo's Instagram page because I keep that really informed on all the latest moves and things like that. And you know, as we know, funding is going to be a major thing to kind of make anything move. And so, you know, we will appreciate any type of funding that you guys can be able to donate or anything like that. And this, when we have different events in your city, in your area, or if you want an event or a situation in your area, please contact us so we can be able to do that out in your area, so we can bring this awareness and keep the legacy going.
Well, I'm having a festival in August, and I would love to have you all.
Okay. There's a line that Shabadoo said in the movie Electric Boogaloo with Byron. We need all the help we can get, and we say that respectfully because it's not just us, but we really want to be mentors and help other females and males and people, everybody, families who are into dance, who want to use it as an extracurricular activity, or as a workout, or something under this crazy world with the COVID and all this stuff going on. A way to express themselves therapeutically. Mm-hmm. God gave us music, dance, and just art. And so we want to, with Robert and Smooth Entertainment, what he's trying to do is he's trying to give people resources. You know, if they got all this energy and all this free time and it's COVID safe and you got your mask and you got your stuff, that's a wholesome activity to put the music on and break it down. Show them what you're working with. You know, so it's all fun. And it's not, I like to exercise.
You got more moves than me.
Oh yeah, you know this.
Okay, so what can we look forward to in the near future?
What, from Shrimp or from the Shabadoo Foundation?
Yeah, the foundation and Shrimp and all of them.
Foundation-wise, like I said, we're moving. Currently, we're here in the city of Memphis, Tennessee right now. We're with the Heal the Hood Foundation. That was something that was very passionate with Shabadoo on being able to do outreach for the community and things like that. And so, again, we're keeping that legacy going, even currently as we speak right now. And so we're having a big event that's going to be on May 14th out here in Memphis, Tennessee, where we're inviting the community out to experience the Breakin 2 movie. And the Heal the Hood Foundation, they have a lot of different efforts. A project that Shabadoo had prior to his passing that is still going forth is that we wanted to have youth to be able to have a dance program in schools. So we were successful with the Heal the Hood Foundation that we have 4 schools starting out that Shabadoo's program is going to be a part of. And so these type of efforts, again, is something that he always wanted, you know, and so like I said, we have not stopped even in this passing. The pedal is still going. So these are just some of the efforts that we're doing right now. Summertime, we want to continue these efforts. And so again, like I mentioned before, anything that you might have, anything that our foundation can possibly be able to support and benefit, you know, we're open to those conversations.
And we want to do special thanks to the Memphis Youth Coalition, K97.1, and you know, Heal the Hood. All of them have helped in their way as their pledge to help the foundation. You know, and anybody else out there, choreograph it and coordinate it with them, because at the end of the day, we try to heal the hood, make it better for you and for me. Oh yeah, you got to heal the hood. I have to do it.
Okay, so Turbo, outside of the acting and the dancing and so forth, what are your hobbies and interests? It has to be comedy.
You just seen it. I like to dance. No, but you know what? a fitness center. I mean, I will put the music on and they say if you don't use it, you lose ground. I'll go to a chiropractor and say, sir, what's your problem? My neck and my back. Just because I've been doing it, but no, honestly, I love to dance. I like to write music. I love music because most people don't know this, but I'll make it very short and sweet. Before the movie Breakin, which was not handed to me on silver platter, I was on the 9-month world tour with Lionel Richie.
Oh.
Lionel Richie and Michael wrote, "We are the world. We are the children. Remember, heal the world." Yeah, they heal the foundation. So they heal the hood. So the thing is, for me, I was a little kid listening to all that great music. And pretty soon, I was on the one. I was like, I felt like Steve Martin in the church. Nathan! I know. I was like, I got it. No, but I knew I had a calling for music. So while everybody was breakdancing and doing their thing, I was like, Cookie, where's these keys? Alicia keys. I was on my keyboard. I was learning certain things, and I was learning how to sing. Matter of fact, when I was working with Michael Jackson, the only time they asked me about what I wanted financially was one of the secretaries said, "Look, you're way too generous." Mr. Jackson said, she goes, "Michael wants to know, what do you need? What do you want?" You know what I said? "I'd like to learn how to sing." In all honesty, I was gonna trade my talent. I'm teaching you movements. I wanna learn how to sing. It's interesting because Michael Jackson took the Seth Riggs method. So somebody through the Jackson camp, they turned me on to a vocal coach with that method. And so I was in there while everybody was dancing. I was paying for my singing lessons, learning, alrighty then. I was like, alrighty then. No, I was la 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 in the shower. La, I mean, I was singing till I got good enough. I had my little Ford trick. I went to the Guitar Center. I was trying to make music, and you know what? Even though I never put music out, that's where I had been. You said, what was my passion? Anytime I was not dancing, I was singing, I was writing music, or I was around musicians, you know, learning how to play. I play a little guitar, a little piano, and of course I like comedy because God gave us music, dance, and laughter. And so for me, with this skin color, it was like I was a triple threat. So you might not like my skin color, but watch me dance. And you gonna smile, or watch me sing, la 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 la. So I was gonna hit him with talent. And at the end of the night, like Morris Day said, maybe you gonna love me. I was trying to gain social acceptance with my talent. So that became my hobby. I was always trying to master something other than just, like hip hop. I mean, I was trying to develop all these different things. And now I'm a full-on entertainer, you know? So that's what I was doing behind the scenes.
Okay. So, VASHAWN, growing up, were you behind the scenes watching your father, you know, act and dance and so forth?
Off and on. I wasn't there really for the Breakin films. But as far as later in life, I got to experience his time being at AFI. If you don't know what that is, that's American Film Institute. And there was a point where in his life where he kind of gave up on dancing. He didn't want to be a dancer anymore, and he wanted to reinvent himself. And so he was trying to get more into filmmaking. And so he enrolled into AFI, and he started directing music videos. I think one of the first music videos he directed for was a gentleman by the name of Killer Ranks, who was a Panamanian reggae artist. And this was like the early days of reggaeton, what we know now. Panama, they were doing like traditional style reggae, but they was doing it in Spanish. So he cut his teeth doing his videos. And then I think one day he received a phone call, I believe from Mike DeLuca, I could be wrong, New Line Cinema, to direct a dance film that they were putting together for like, anywhere from like $1 million to $3 million. And they wanted to know, could he write it and direct it? Now I was there for that.
Okay.
I was helping, got to watch. He goes, "Sean, if you're into filmmaking, here it is, ground zero. And that consisted of running to the store, getting cigarettes, drinking coffee, sitting with his rewrites, you know, reading his pages, you know, lines out, you know, what works. And, you know, we had to watch so many movies just to get some ideas and things like that. So I got to see him firsthand what it's like to make a movie. And it's not glamorous.
Yeah.
So that's really the only thing. As far as the early stuff, you know, I would hear about it and things like that, but I never really got to experience, you know, being there. Well, okay, let me take that back. There was one film that he did. I don't know what ever happened to it. It was a film that he did. It was like, I think it was either produced by Tin Pan Alley. They were managing the Fat Boys at one point, and they put together this film that he did. I know what happened. It was 1950 style. That's the only thing I was on the set for in terms of. Yeah. Oh, and then Madonna. Okay, how can I forget that? How can I forget Madonna?
Mrs. Dragoni.
Yeah, but that's it. But yeah. So that's the only memories that I have of seeing Dad actually get to work.
Okay, yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, see, I grew up in the 80s, so, you know, we had
Me
the
too.
VHS and kept rewinding it until the tape messed up. Then I had to get another VHS.
Me too.
Okay, now.
The big, what do you call them?
Beta?
No, not Beta, but they had the eggshell, clamshell style VHS for one, you know, white and crump. You know, I still have my video. Someone gave me a video cassette.
Yeah, I had the poster and everything. Yeah,
I had the poster.
but that's when we can hang up posters back in the day. But now you think, kids better not put nothing on your walls.
Yeah. At the time, they had, you know, when you buy a record, usually they'll have the poster come with it. And I remember going to Sam Goody and buying the Breakin album, and we had the poster that came with it, and that was also my introduction to rap music too, as well.
Okay.
And no disrespect to the dancers, my thing was the DJ.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, I love the DJ, and so my first experience with music was really, I think, Crystal Glove.
Oh, wow.
Crystal Glove was just amazing on the turntables, and I think that's one thing I like to see in terms of the West Coast. Everyone associates, of course, dancing, but no one really knows our DJ history. The Egyptian Lovers, the Crystal Gloves, the Unknown DJ, and people like that. I think that's a part of our culture that's overlooked. You know, and then electro groups, Twilight 22, and you know, all that stuff. Arabian Prince. These are all OGs that no one really talks about. Now I'm getting off subject here, but
No.
you know,
But what he brought up coincides in the earlier question about what's next with the breakdancing in 2024 in Paris. Well,